you are joining us here as we approach the summit of Mount Rainier. Pardon me if I'm a little out of breath. Yeah, as I stumble over my words a little bit, but kind of haven't had any sleep for a long time. I'm a little punchy, but hey, got my chili cheese Fritos in my system. And I just wanted to give you some top tip hints, tips, tricks if you are considering summiting Mount Rainier. Now, I don't know everything there is to mountaineering, so I'm sure there's some keyboard warriors in the comments section below. But I'll give you my perspective, because yes, I have done this a few times. I've also failed a few times. And that is the first lesson I would like to impart to you guys. As we go up here, you look around and you see the summit approaching. And that is failure. Failure is not getting to the summit. As we like to say, what is our goal? The car, that's right. Our summit is the car. And, Ed Viester's famous mountaineer says something similar to that. And that's why, you gotta respect old men in a sport where young men die. You don't see a lot of other old men. It's because they have the wherewithal to turn around. And so we've turned around many, many times as we've dialed in our formula here. So, other nuts and bolts, logistics, choose your climbing team. Be very, very picky. A lot of people are like, oh, just sign up on one of those Facebook groups. Hey, who wants to summit Mount Rainier? Now, you may have had a good experience with that. Yeah, I don't want to throw too many stones. But I would recommend, if you are considering summiting, it is worth the cost hiring a guide service. Because they will show you all the ropes. Even at this altitude, I still have my humor. But seriously, they'll show you the ropes. They'll kind of give you, lay of the land, the ethics, how you travel. Don't film videos as you're walking because you're putting your team in danger. No, it's pretty chill where we are right now. So choose your climbing team. Be very, very picky because your life is attached to them, right? And I've been on some trips where people mentally check out. They're just exhausted and wiped. And they've made some very unwise decisions. And now I'm a Christian, and it says not to make vows in the Bible, because Jesus' point is just, hey, let your yeses be yeses and your noes be noes. Don't over dramatize things, people. But I was very close to vowing never ever to travel on a glacier without someone who I trust. And so with that, this is Jesse back there. This is Brian Hiller up there. And these guys are dynamite. Gold when you find good climbing buddies. Oh, it's just gold. So yes, be very picky, guys. Just be so picky, okay? When it comes to climbing teams. Next thing you need to know is one thing that I tried actually this trip with much success. A lot of people are like, so what's your workout routine? A lot of cardio, surprisingly. And I stole that from Brian Hiller. He's a physician and he spoke with some famous mountaineers. Yeah, just go with cardio. A lot of people are like, oh, I gotta do a lot of pack weight. And no offense with Jesse here, he was going up mountains with 75 stinking pounds on him. And he seems to be faring pretty well. But he's also carrying the rope right now. Poor soul. We'll try to trade him out on the way down. Yeah, so cardio. Just do cardio. See if you can get to 10 minutes of solid jump roping. Let that be your goal. Speaking of going down, if you haven't heard this already, I'm going to tell you right now. Going down is when most accidents happen. A lot of people get summititis. They're like, oh, it's right there. They get to the top and they mentally check out on their way down. But that's the cool thing about this sport, is that it's not just not like a marathon where you can just mentally check out, put on some good music, and just go. You have to stay on as in mentally sharp all the time, especially on the way down. Oh, you got gravity? Yeah, the sun's up, so everything's getting softer, so different material that you're working with. Fatigue, you're tired. Hopefully you get to the summit with, still 60% left, because once again, the summit is the car. Any other hints, tips, tricks, fellas, that you want to impart on people? Pace! Yeah, that's true.
I am the happiest this trip than I've been on any others.
That is true. So what he said, in case you couldn't hear him, was pace. He said just chill out. Put your head down and go. Don't try to hammer it. Get all sweaty. Because when you have a slow pace, you have time to talk like I am right now. And that makes it much, much more enjoyable. You also have an opportunity to do pressure breathing. Push out all that carbon dioxide. So you're not just, sucking in oxygen, which the body can do, but force out that carbon dioxide. Yeah, so pace. And the number one thing when people ask when they get into camp is, when are you leaving? So for all you people wondering when we left Camp Schurman to do the Emmons route, our goal was 10 p.m. I know that's super early, but the night before we evaluated the ice, and it was pretty good conditions. So we were like, hey, we can really build in a lot of time, a lot of fail-safes there. So we left it. We got up at like 9:30. We dinked around, had some coffee, take care of that caffeine headache. And so I think we eventually hit the trail. Was it 10:30 or closer to 11? Wow, we were really slacking. Yeah. So as far as gear goes, you'll accumulate nice gear as you go along. Don't feel that you gotta go out and get $600 boots. Although when you're going up here and your heel is being rubbed raw, you're gonna be making your wish list. You're gonna be like, I know exactly what I'm getting. I always have a list of things that I write down as I get back. Okay, I need a better leash on my ice axe or something like that. So just write them down because you will forget. As for the maps, in case you're our techie people, I have all trails. I found that it's really accurate. Just flip it to airplane mode, and I think I'm at like 70%. Brought a little portable charger with me, but yes, when it is on airplane mode, it still tracks GPS, but it's not constantly roaming, sucking your battery life. So for iPhone users, flip it to airplane mode. I also have a Garmin InReach that my dear sweet wife gave me because she wants me to come back home. That's an expensive little thing, but it's just nice of her. It's nice to accumulate toys. This is a cool sport because as you accumulate things, you pretty much have it for life. I mean, does the ice axe really wear out? Not really. Yeah. Ooh, it's getting windy up here. It's almost as if we're getting to a point of, wow, no protection. Okay. All right, are you ready for this? Of course you're ready for this. All right. You gotta enjoy that capacity. We gotta do this together and walk all the way to the ridge. Oh, check it out, guys. Look, you can see Adams. You can see St. Helens. What? This. Oh. You too can experience this if you come along. Yes. Last tip I have for you, check out the flumes, the steam coming up. Last thing I have for you is oh God. I did a lot of praying beforehand. I was very anxious. I've had some bad experiences with avalanches, and I gave it to God. 1 Peter 5:7 says, cast all your cares and worries on Him because He cares for you. It's not just a mind game. It's not just thinking positively. Give it to Him because He does care